Hello and welcome back everybody to another Minecraft video. I'm finally back, guys. Not really. Sorry, I have had no time to make any videos. But you guys wanted to see a behind the scenes for the Backrooms, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So as you can see here, we are in the Backrooms world. Surprise, surprise, it is a flat world. Sorry to disappoint you in case you were hoping for something better. But yeah, we literally just built this all on a flat world. It looks a little bit different because we had the recent vibrant visuals added, so I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work with all the other things in this world, add-ons and stuff. But I thought I'd show you my part that I did for behind the scenes. I'll also leave a link to see Decay's behind the scenes in case you're curious what he did. We worked on separate things. Decay kind of was helping out with more of the add-on and mods and stuff like that with the entities like the bacteria we have and what we else, the spines and the needle limbs. Well, I was mainly focusing on the command blocks and building all this. This went through different iterations and stuff. We experimented with some things. Some things worked. Some things did not work. And we only managed to finish one level basically. It takes time to build these types of things, so yeah, it probably might have been easier to build this in a normal world, which in hindsight I probably would have just built this normal world and just have the back room somewhere else, but oh well. That's kind of my fault. I mainly wanted to figure out like a way to transition, like how are people going to get into the back rooms. So I kind of just came up with like a really simple objective to kind of distract, because I don't think everyone knew exactly what we were like planning on and stuff. So we kind of got people in. We had like a starting area. I built literally just like a starting area like right below here. I think there's an older version. I think we expanded this elsewhere. I do have the current version somewhere, but I don't want to download it. That's too much work. Oh, there we go. We got it to work. Okay, so I got my spruce log right. It activates the text in the screen here. Great. Head to the cabin and stuff, go sleep for the night. Makes it all foggy and stuff so people can't see very well. We tried to hide the back rooms with these trees. I think we did pretty well so far-ish. But oh well. So there's not much here. Did I have anything? This was removed later, but this is an earlier version. You climb up here, and first person who goes to bed, we have this little cut scene with camera commands. Lots of cool things I figured out. I found all these camera commands in the darkroom dungeons, which was another custom-made map I built right before this. So what I have here is an exact replica of the room, right? So I have the camera command set so that as soon as I set the player over there, we have the camera here, which will go through the floor into the back rooms. And of course I have like a sound effect thing here. So whenever you come close, I think I have to be farther away. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like you're falling into the back rooms and stuff. So then, yeah, everything's foggy after that, which is interesting. Yeah. So we have execute. If there's there's a player, I add the darkness effect, and then I just do a chain command blocks from there on. There's a lot of command blocks. There's probably simpler ways to do this, but oh well. So I teleport all the players like in this building. I didn't want to teleport everyone in case like they're outside gathering stuff. And then we have camera set. So there's a lot of different camera commands, things you can do. But I wanted everyone to be set in this camera command. So this will change everyone's viewpoint to this position, facing this position. So when you're doing camera commands, you have, first of all, free is just referring to like your camera's free, you're not like attached to a character or person. Ease 1 in cubic, that's the type of transition we're doing with the camera. Position, this is where the camera is, like where in the world's located, and facing, these are the coordinates for like what block it's facing. So for example, if I was wanting to do a camera command here, for example, if I get this in, I can delete that, and then there's different things you can do in cubic. There's also in balance, in back. Let's see. Yeah, in cubic, back bounce, and you have like different. You can play around with them a little bit. For example, we can do inbalance instead. In position, let's say if we want to just do like just above my character, and then we want it to be facing myself. I can do it facing Orion, or you can face like a player or entity, which is kind of cool. So if I do that, it bounces to me. If you want to clear it, you just do /camera, and then whoever you want to, and then you just clear. Oh, the other thing is, this here is like how long it's gonna take. So I can be like really slow, for example, if I want to be slower. So that's another cool option you can do. Let's see, what else do we have? Okay, and then, right. So first of all, I have this first camera command. I have them is pretty simple. I don't really care about any of this. This is kind of irrelevant for this command, but I'm just getting the camera over there. I thought that was easier to do, and then from there I was setting it so that they would be. This is the movement. Actually, no. Is this the? Yeah, I think I had to play around with it a little bit. So yeah, we get into some other ones, and we get into like the movement of it, and I added some camera shake to add like some effect to that as well. So yeah, you can play around with it. There's lots of options you can do, but that's just a little bit of what I did. Here we can turn on command blocks again. Yeah, so there's camera shake and teleport my camera there. Then I have another camera command facing down here. And of course, I need to clear the command camera, because otherwise, like, you know, I'll be stuck facing and I won't be attached to my actual character for ages. So I have this really simple redstone contraption here where it's just when there's a player here, I have a delay. You could probably do it with command blocks, but this was just easier. And I just have clearing in this area. What's this? So this is the play sound command. So respawn point. So whenever character is close by, and this is setting the spawn point. Because once people enter the backrooms, I want them to like stay in the backrooms, so that's an important thing. All right, so here's the backrooms. We did not decide to generate it endlessly because that would take too long and probably lag out too much. We didn't want to use software, which we probably could have to make it bigger. So it's actually not that big. So yeah, this is like the gathering command that will just show at the bottom, and that's just turned off whenever this is activated. This will send the text. This one is for setting the time. This is also adding fog, so we do fog. You can also like search up. I recommend just searching up a list on, you know, the browser or something for what types of fogs you can use, and then that just setting a different block right next to it, and then setting the block air. Over here, here's a reset. So that's what this does basically, and it teleports people. So if we turn on command blocks and I press this button, then everything will reset outside. It should have reset. I think I broke it. Guys, I broke it. I just pressed that. I think that's also works for reset. Not that it matters right now. Anyway, so yeah, this is all reset. Things we made. So I have a bunch of structure blocks here, and each of these are a different room in the backrooms. And we had some like variations, we had some rotations and other things, but we only made a few, so many. If you wanted to make it really good, you'd probably make more. So yeah, you can see here. Here's some designs for the second section of level 0, and you know, we just literally have all this saved, and it's kind of just like a grid pattern, right? If you connect like a bunch of puzzle pieces together, it's basically like that. You can basically make these rooms whatever you want. These type of blocks, the yellow carpet, yellow tiles, yellow wall, etc. Decay made that using like add-on texture pack and stuff, so that's pretty cool. They do function a little bit weirdly, but yeah, like you can't. And here's one of the other rooms. And this is the main drop-in where you get dropped in. What's this? Stuff. Oh yeah, here's all the rooms. As you can see, like sometimes when I was copying and pasting, like I was just like there's this weird extra parts of it, and I had to like fill in walls because like I didn't have time to build more. So like this whole section technically should have been less randomized, but it kind of got weird. So yeah, there's that section. I mean, it's mainly just backroom stuff, except for like this. We had a few teleporters. For example, over here, we had a teleporter hallway. So if you walk down this hallway and then you walk down this, then you end up here, which is completely different because we were literally just over there, and we end up here. So just a little bit of adding some confusion and stuff. And then we have two ways to actually get out, get to the next section. I mean, there's no getting out. Once you're in the backrooms, you're stuck. We have this section and this section. The one you saw in the video was this here, but there was also another one here that players could technically have taken. So I'll actually show you the secondary one, which I don't think anyone actually found, but there's another exit thing that you could have taken instead. And then basically, if you fall into any of these things, let me turn off command. We have a little bit of some test commands. It's all the same chain. It does the exact same thing. First of all, we give them darkness. We have, teleport for all the people. And then it's just more camera commands. This time it's, we have a little bit of two of them. I think the reason why I did two is in order to have a better transition and stuff. But it's the same concept. We teleport the camera over a long ways that way to the other section. If the world is not loaded, it doesn't look so good. Falls down the tunnel as you're falling at the same time, and I'll show you that as well. And it also spawns bacteria, so you have to be careful of that. For example, if we fall into this, it's not loaded. Again, that's the problem. If it doesn't load, then you can have some issues. And then your camera eventually gets cleared right as this thing starts moving. So you have to move quickly. And then no one can see up here because it's literally, yeah, there's nothing there. But hopefully you don't have night vision. For example, this is what you would see normally. It's just darkness. So yeah, you fall into here, and there's just a bunch of different ways you can go. And then yeah, we have the main backrooms themselves. So this is the dangerous side where you actually find monsters and the other variation of rooms. If I go to here, this level, you can see most of the rooms. It's a repeatable pattern in a sense, so if you kind of get the idea, you have a little bit of a better shot, but the way we kind of set it up is just kind of like random. There's no really sense to it, so good luck. Sometimes things are blocked off. We have this little Easter egg room with the book that Takea wrote. So yeah, you can do a little bit of a extra thing. Just kind of a cool Easter egg and stuff for players. But the only other section after this is this water area over here. Now, I guess we have Needle Limb boss bar already. That's crazy. I'm not sure we're supposed to see that. Anyway, so these are the bacteria, the main things, and then we have these needle limbs in this water section here. Of course, this is like pretty dark. For example, this is what it normally looks like. It looks really cool now with the vibrant visuals. Honestly, I wish we filmed this with vibrant visuals because it would have looked so much cooler, but sadly that's not the case. Again, check out Decay's video if you're curious more about the monsters and stuff. But we kind of just built this random maze-like structure. And basically how the needle limbs work, the baby ones, is they follow you, and if they're in water, they're going to move really fast, but if they're really slow on land. So then we have this underwater section, a little breathing area. Sometimes you can get like kind of lost and stuff because you can't see very well. For example, I know this is a dead end, and this leads to somewhere. Oh, this is the dead end area. Yeah, if you go into here, you're literally just going to be going. You're not going to be having a fun time. I don't think anyone went too far this direction, luckily. But if you go over there, you're not going to have a good time. And then over here, we have this like little. Oh, there's hope, and you can try climbing the vines, but as much as you try, there's actually no way to parkour your way out of here. Even if you try, like you could go here, but there's no way. I guess you could maybe jump to here, but that would still not get you anywhere. But so just a little bit of sense of hope. And then you had to try not to drown in this like little section here, and then you get to over here. Now I think we actually never set up anything. We just did it manually for the video. We'll have to probably set up something if we ever make this world downloadable. Let me know if you guys want to like be able to download this world. We'll provide like the resource and behavior packs as well as the world in case you want to download it. And yeah, if you guys want to get the world download, please let us know. And then over here, here's like the boss room that we had that like no one survived completely until everyone died a little bit along the way. But yeah, if you remember from the video, we had like the boss fight here. It was kind of cool. And then people never escaped. And then this here was just like a little testing area. We were testing the water and stuff. So that's kind of the gist of it. It's pretty simple. It was kind of just like basically this whole thing is basically just a maze and with some monsters and stuff in it. And I think Decay really did well on the monster side. And I kind of just I built most of this as well as I added the camera commands, which just added like a little bit of a cool aspect to that. This took us way too long to build. If we have time, we may make more levels to this, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, we initially tried doing some other types of things. For example, we tried doing like a tag thing. So if you have a light, doing a flashlight type of function, and we kind of got something to work. What is this? Has item yellow dye. Let me get myself some yellow dye. I don't know if this works or not. We're gonna find out. Okay, so if this works, yeah. Okay, so you can kind of see like our initial idea as a flashlight is like just in front of you. The problem was because it's using light blocks and stuff, and also it's only facing this direction. And the other thing is it doesn't go away, like it's permanently lit up. So we were trying to figure out ways to fix that. I think we got some things to sort of work, but we never really got something good enough to actually use. That's not bad. These are both irrelevant. Let's see, what's this one do? Is this one also? Let's see. Oh, okay. So combined with that command block over there, the light blocks get removed, so it's like a flickering flashlight. It was okay, but like if you ran away from it fast enough, then like these things would disappear and like they get stuck on the ground. If we figure out a better method to do it, we might end up actually using it, but it worked out without using it. What was this one? So this was another idea for like a jump scare. We were trying to figure out how to do a jump scare and stuff with this. Yeah, I don't even know. So we were okay. So for this one, we were planning on like in this structure here, we would have put like a scary something right here, like a smiler. So you would temporarily have your camera here, right, and then it would scary sound and then clear your camera, and it would probably do some damage or something. But we never quite got it to work. So again, lots of experiments, and that's kind of how it goes. Yeah, get with the damage and stuff. That's kind of how it goes with these types of things. Is we just try a bunch of things, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't. And yeah. For example, we had some other mobs as well. Wait, hold on. Summon, CC. Yeah, okay. Decay removed it. The other, I think we had another mob because we have adult name. Here, let's see the adult one. Yeah, so the adult one was the boss, right? We had the baby ones in the water and stuff. Let me just kill that really quickly. Yeah, so some fun stuff. This is where we were also doing some testing. We had one of Decay's friends get in and test out some of the monsters and stuff. But, I mean, to be honest, this was quite simple. I definitely want to probably improve it if I had time, which I don't, so someday maybe. And yeah, if you guys want to see more behind the scenes and more things like this, let me know. But otherwise, that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later. Bye.